What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece treasure cruise video. And today we're going to be going through how to beat Ivankov 24-hour raid boss. So this was recently confirmed on the latest 2-week theme thing that is happening on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global version. And basically, we're skipping over Zephyr, which is not what a lot of people were expecting. You know, everyone was getting really hyped for Zephyr, and then Bandai just dropped this bombshell on us that they're actually skipping over Zephyr for now, and they're heading straight to Ivankov, which is kind of crazy. I hope this means that we're going to be getting Doflamingo a little bit earlier. That would be pretty sick. But anyways, in today's video, we're going to be going through how to beat this specific 24-hour raid boss. Ivankov himself isn't really that good. He's definitely one of the worst raid bosses, if not the worst raid boss. But anyways, we will be going through today how to beat him and the kind of team that you should be building to defeat the 24-hour raid boss, Ivankov. So let's go ahead and have a look at the breakdown of the unit that you will be trying to get, which is Emporio Ivankov, Queen of the Kamabaka Kingdom. And it is a 5-star unit. There is also a 4-star unit that will drop, and then you then evolve it at level 70 to this 5-star version. Now, Ivankov is a quick fighter, a brand new quick fighter for us. We actually have quite a few quick fighters. You know, we get Sanji, Jinbei, etc. So at level 1, he has 1,642 health, 470 attack and 132 recovery, so some pretty decent stats there at level 1. And then when you max him out, he's got a little over 3k health, which is pretty amazing. And then he has a really low attack of 1,155. Now this is one of the lower attacks compared to all of the other raid bosses, and his recovery is 290, which is pretty high, definitely above average. Now his captain effect will boost the attack by 2.75 times, following a chain of Dex, Int, and Quick, in that order, and making sure that they are no lower than good. Now this is why this raid boss in particular isn't really that strong, because, you know, having this captain ability, you know, 2.75 times attack is great, but you have to get Dex, Int, Quick in a row, and then no lower than good. So as you can see, like, this is a very situational captain effect, and even when you do get this to go off, it's not a really amazing damage multiplier, like it's 2.75 times. If it was something like 3.5 or 4 times attack for this, it would be a little bit stronger. However, you know, 2.75 times, there's just so many other captains that are worth running compared to Ivankov. Now his special starts off at 17 turns, and then will max out at 8 turns, which will change his own orb to Quick, and then randomize your rest of your crew to either recovery, strength, dex, or quick. So again, another very situational special, not the best special to run, you know, because even though you have other orb manipulators to change your strength and dex to more quick orbs, you still have that chance of getting recovery, which means that, you know, you'll need multiple people to enable you to have a full team of quick orbs with Ivankov. So as you can see, it's a very, very situational special and captain effect with very average stats. So as you can see, this is kind of why it's, you know, highly recognized that it's definitely not one of the best raid bosses. But anyways, let's go into the breakdown of the 40 stamina stage of Ivankov. So moving on to the stage 3 of the 40 stamina stage. Now the first 2 stages are just generic pirates. There are nothing really to note about. But however, when you reach stage 3, you'll see that we have a Daimyo Turtle. Now this Daimyo Turtle will attack you with 2,750 damage, and his interval, it starts off at about 2 or 3, and then it'll continuously just be 2 for the rest of the time that you battle the turtle. Now he has 24 hit points, meaning that you do have a maximum of 6 turns of stall if you do choose to stall on the turtle, because if you use a unit on your team that has a 4 combo, you will be able to basically stall for 6 turns, because, you know, 4 times 6 equals 24. That is the hit points of the turtle, so you can stall for 6 turns maximum on this turtle, which is very, very nice to have coming up against the very, very strong raid boss. Now the stage right before you reach Emporio Ivankov is actually a little bit difficult. So you have 3 giant pirates or large pirates, and then you have the 3 sea stallions. Now the sea stallions have an interval of 1, so they're going to be attacking you every turn, and they have 6 hit points, and if they do basically attack you, they will lock a random unit for 6 turns. So you want to make sure that you knock them out as soon as possible, because being locked for 6 turns prior to reaching the raid boss itself is very, very, very bad. And then the large pirates will deal 4,000 damage to you. But if you do have a unit that they are weak to, they will lock that unit for 2 turns, and then they will have an interval of 2. So you can basically stall out a little bit if you need like an extra turn of stall. You can stall with the large pirates, and they also have 6 hit points as well. So if you have just, you know, a lot of people with a 6 hit point combo, and then you can stall on one of the large pirates that having a unit that they are weak to, that is the best way to go about defeating this stage of the 40 stamina version of Ivankov. Now moving on to stage 5, meaning the boss stage of Ivankov 40 stamina, we have Emporio Ivankov, which does have an attack value of 4016 at an interval of 1, so Ivankov will attack you every single turn, and he has 1.8 million health, so very, very strong raid boss. And he has a preemptive attack that will change all your orbs to either quick, size, strength, or blank orbs. So that is something to note, that when you do reach him, so don't try and stall for orbs on previous stages. It really doesn't matter because he has the preemptive to swap all of your orbs around anyways. Now after the first turn, he'll give himself an attack and defense buff for 2 turns, and this will make his attacks do a little over 2,000 more damage. So you gotta watch out for that. So you want to have people in your team that could potentially lower damage that will be hit on your team, or have turn delayers to make sure that you don't get hit by Ivankov, especially when he has the attack and defense buff. Now, every 3 turns after that 2-turn attack and defense buff goes away, he will basically apply another one. So you only get really one chance to do a lot of damage to him before he puts up a defensive buff. Now, if he drops below 20% health, he will heal himself back up to over 50% health. That is so brutal. If that ever happens, it's very, very hard to come back from it. If you don't kill him in that last 20% and he gets the chance to recover, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. It's very, very hard to come back and win that dungeon if he ends up doing that. So now that we've discussed all about the dungeon itself, let's go into the recommended team builds that you should be bringing along to this 24-hour raid dungeon. Now, the recommended leads, obviously we want to be bringing some dex units, because Ivankov being a quick unit, it just makes sense to bring some dex units. So we've got double Zoro, Zoro Law, or double Law. Now, any of these combinations would work very, very well. You know, you're either having a lot of HP in attack, or you have just attack, or just, you know, a combination of both. Either way, any of these combinations would work very, very well. Now, some recommended sub combinations you could have these 3 pairs. Either one of these pairs would be fine to have on your team. If you have Law and Apu, Khalifa and Izo, or Khalifa and the boxing Dex pirate, I don't remember the name of it, but if you have one of those pairs on your team, you can have a full team of Dex orbs, which is very, very powerful in the burst down of Ivankov when he reaches around about 20%. That is about the right time to use the special to get a full team of Dex orbs, is when he's around about 20% health or just before 20%, so you can burst him down very, very quickly and make sure that he does not get that recovery, because as I said before, if he gets that recovery, it's very, very hard to win the dungeon. Now, some also other units that you could bring, you have Mihawk. Obviously, great special, so strong as well. Smoker for defense. You got Paulie to lock your orbs if you wanted to do that. You have, similarly to Smoker, you have Perona for more defense. And then Bellamy. Now, Bellamy will increase your orb effectiveness by 1.5 times for a turn. So he's very, very strong, a really good dex unit to bring. Now, I would recommend bringing Bellamy and also Miss Doublefinger, which is listed as one of the MVP units in this dungeon. Now, Miss Doublefinger basically will increase the power of your Dex characters by 1.5 times for a turn. Partnership with Bellamy, you can imagine the multipliers, you know, it's so much power. And then turn delaying with Golden Pound Usopp is also very, very helpful in being able to complete this dungeon very, very easily. So that is going to wrap up yet another How to Beat video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys did, make sure to smack the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.